Hey guys, I am in Dakar, Senegal. Got here late last night from Bujumbura, Burundi. Took me almost a whole day to fly here. But anyway, woke up and this was my view. If you look out there just to the left of center, you can see a small island, and that is the westernmost point in all of Africa. So I thought that was interesting, but the real interesting part is inside, because we're going to pick a lock. And there's a reason that this lock is interesting, because it helps answer a question a lot of you guys have asked me in the past, and I struggle with this. This is a LOB. It is a Polish lock sent to me by Mantuka SNK. He sent it from Poland all the way to Virginia, and then I brought it from Virginia to Bujumbura, Burundi, and then from Bujumbura, Burundi brought it to Senegal, and in a couple of weeks it's going to go back to Virginia. So this is a really high mileage lock. I do have the key for this, but we're not going to look at it yet. Usually when you guys send me a lock, I take the key and at home I throw it in a drawer or throw it in a Ziploc bag, and I try not to look at it because I get a stronger sense of accomplishment when I can open a lock without peeking at the key. So let's do that, and then we'll peek at the key, and I'll show you what I learned about this lock. I'm going to use one of these flat, normal bottom of the keyway. It doesn't really matter which one because it doesn't get in our way. You can see it just leaves us total access to those pins in that Y1 Yale keyway. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing in frame, and I'm going to be using a deforest diamond, and you probably already can tell me what's wrong with this lock, but let's do it and then we'll explain it. Alright, so a little bit of tension. I'll start in the back, and a lot of precision in this lock. It does have security pins. We're looking for a binder. That felt like pin 5. That was pin 3. I got a little slight turn on the core. Oops, sorry. Feels like pin 1 is binding. Okay, with these deep hook style picks, sometimes it's hard to get it back in there because 1 or 2 of the pins are on the bottom and you got to get by them. A little bit of a challenge. Okay, that was pin 4. Okay, I got a deep set. Let's see if I can get my pick out. Now you notice my pick is stuck, and that's because one of the pins is dead on the bottom, and I should have been a little faster to pick this up. So what I've got to do is release my tension and ease that pick out without disturbing that really deep cut pin. And there we go, just slid him right out of there. And now we've got a really good fault set. So we know we got a security pin, probably a spool. Okay, so 1 was set, 2 is set, and it feels like 3. I'm getting slight, if you look at my left finger, getting a little bit of feedback, and it's definitely a spool or a mushroom. And there we go, we got an open. Alright, why did this lock give me such a nightmare? Well, when I first got it, I picked up my favorite pick, and of course that was this one. Let me get a background here. And this is a standard hook. And I real quick went into this lock and I got it open a couple of times, but I could never open it again and I couldn't figure it out. So I threw this one down and I picked up my second favorite, which is a Peterson gem. And I worked on that for almost a week with only those 2 openings and then the occasional random unpredicted opening. And then after a week I got to figure out what was wrong. Now let's take a look at this key. Again with the black background. If you'll notice, let me try to hold this with my thumb here, and I'll use my hook, my standard hook as the pointer. We got a really high cut, we got some not too bad cuts, and then the very rear one there, you can see is very deep cut. This line represents the bottom of the keyway. So when I put the standard hook in there, and I tried to set that last pin, you'll notice, watch number 4, the pick crosses and oversets him. So why I was able to pick him, I can't explain that. It was just random, just pure luck that I was able to pick this lock and not overset that number 4. Well, I was able to open it a couple of times with this pick as well, with the Peterson gem. Again, you slide it in there, you try to pick that last one, and it doesn't overset him quite as bad, but still oversets him. So I got a little more frequent opening, but unpredictable because more often than not I'd overset that that number 4 pin. Well, when we moved to the DeForest diamond, which was this morning after I got through messing around with the other two, now we slide this pick in there and you'll notice we don't overset pin number 4. There's enough curvature in this DeForest diamond to set pin 5, squeeze them underneath pin 4, pick the others, and that's exactly what we just did. It's exactly what you just saw. So anyway, fellas, don't get discouraged. If you have a lock that you're not able to open, or if you open it randomly and you can't tell why, it's probably because you got a deep cut pin back there and you're oversetting something. So you've heard this from me before. If you're doing something that doesn't work, don't keep doing it. Try something different. I was a little slow on the uptake, but when I finally started getting this DeForest diamond in there, now you can pick this lock almost every single time just by reading the pins and not oversetting pin number 4. Anyway, fellas, keep at it. Thanks for your time. And from Dakar, Senegal, stay legal, fellas.
Man, that was a great video.
Yeah, I'm really glad we subscribed to Bosnianbill.
Oh, I'm not subscribed.
What?
No, I just keep forgetting to hit the subscribe button.
Are you insane?
Oh.
Subscribe. Now we can watch all of Bosnianbill's videos.